I have two more points and then I will answer. I think your question and answer is in the next point for the future. I believe we should speak about the future of Sudan. We must acknowledge the past. We must hold those who are still alive accountable. But we need to speak about, to answer your question, my brother, we need to speak about historical justice. We should not speak about transitional justice. So I think many people have wronged our country, and we need to acknowledge that, but we need to move forward and we need to build the country. In terms of the future, we have signed two important documents, RSF and SAF. They signed in May 11, 2023, they signed Jeddah Declaration. And you hear many things, especially in the Arab media, about Jeddah Declaration. As if it's for one side only. Jeddah Declaration was mainly for the access of humanitarian assistance and the protection of civilians. And that declaration is a very important document in moving forward, because it is the foundation for any future talks, and that people should build on it and move forward. And another document was signed in Manama in January. This document, we believe it's the most important document in the current crisis, because all what you spoke about is very valid, but we summarized together. The technical team from the SAF and the RSF, they sat down for many days, and we have listed down 21 points. And those 21 points, I'm glad to share some of the few points of those principles for ending the war and establishing a new Sudan. The first point of that declaration of principle in Manama is that the unity of Sudan and its people. That is one point, that it was number one. And the second, that we believe, both of us, that this conflict should end through peaceful talks, and that there is no military solution to Sudan crisis, because the crisis, as I said, it is very rooted. It's social, it's political, it's economical, and also it is not a simple crisis that you can fix easily. And also we need equal citizenship. You know, that should be the basis for anyone to get leverage and also to get power, so that we believe that Sudanese people should be equal. And we speak about establishing a democratic state, and that should condemn any attempt of dictatorship, of attempting coups, or any means of having power by military action. And also, as you all said, Sudan is large. It's about 1.8 million square kilometers. So we believe that only system can rule Sudan is decentralized governance system that gives the right to the regions to rule itself, and also to benefit from the rich resources. As our brother said, Sudan is very rich of resources. And also we believe in establishing a security sector. When we speak about security sector, currently we have something called Sudanese Armed Forces, but it's not protecting its people. This Sudanese Armed Forces is killing the Sudanese people only from 1955. So we speak about establishing a new army, new police, a new intelligent services. And then we speak about historical justice, as I mentioned, and also we speak about rebuilding the civilian institutions. So all these principles we have signed. It is not something that we say here for the sake of media. It is a document signed by the second commander of the RSF and the second commander of SAF. And every Sudanese or anyone who's concerned about having a solution for Sudan should put this document of Manama and Gender Declaration as reference and as founding to the solution. Because if this 21 principle only are met, the Sudan problem is fixed for good and we have no wars. And we are saying this war should be the last war. We're not here to have, let's say, an empire or a one-man state again. We are speaking, the power should go to the people. The power is hijacked by the Islamists and the army. So I think we should keep it very simple. We speak about Sudan, and the people should rule Sudan. And I'm glad to take more questions, but if we want to move forward, we should know that there is nothing called army. There is Muslim Brotherhood controlling the army for 30 years, continuing to control Burhan himself. He is a puppet, and he can't make any decision without the Muslim Brotherhood. So unless we figure out a solution, they will never come for peace talks. And we hope that the war will end soon, but there is no compromise in building a new Sudan. That is, everyone should know. Myself, I'm a 34 years old boy coming from a very rural, let's say, area. I'm a nomadic guy. So why am I here? Is because of the failure of those our ancestors. So our message is that for the Sudanese people, you should continue the fighting and continue liberating. We're not saying do it peacefully, but it's a revolution. And now it's the time that we become equals. It is the perfect time, and this war should be the last war for Sudan, and it's enough. 70 years we're killing each other, and my message here for every Sudanese, forget the division. We are one. They try to tell you that Arab, non-Arab, they are coming from where? We are Sudanese. And I believe, as our brother Dr. Mukhayyar said, this is a critical time, but Sudan will prosper. We could build this, you all can build this, but we need to compromise for one another.